Hi students, welcome to Sri Ramanja Vidya Mandir, a temple for learning. Children, in this session we are going to discuss regarding what is distance, what is displacement. Okay. In the previous sessions we were discussed regarding motion, what is rest, and what is path. The important thing children, what is a path? Path is nothing but it's a line drawn connecting the consecutive positions. It's a line drawn connecting consecutive positions for a body which is in motion. Suppose when a body is in motion, children, it is moving. While it is in motion, at certain intervals of time, at certain instants of time, we will just mark the positions, children. We will just mark its positions. And then we will join all those positions in an order, in a consecutive order, one after another. The line, whatever we got, okay, that line is nothing but what, children? A path. Okay. Children, basing on the path. Next, what we discussed basing on the path, there are types of motion, children. If the path is straight line, one type of motion. If a path is a circle, one type of motion. Like if path is straight line, it is rectilinear motion. If a path is a circle, it is circular motion. And if a path is a curved path, if a path is a curve, then it is curvilinear motion. And children, if the path is not in proper order, if the path is changing continuously, if we are not able to decide an exact path, when the shape is a random shape, then that motion is called what, children? A random motion. Okay, so if we can draw the path by the help of path, what we can do, children? We can say the body is undergoing which type of motion. Okay, children? And basing on that path, basing on the type of motion, we will decide the body is undergoing which type of position. Means, children, suppose if you consider a wall clock, pendulum will be there. How the pendulum will move, children? Between 2 points, 2 positions only. Okay, so when you are about to draw a path for a body which is in oscillatory motion, the line will be always between 2 positions, children. By observing those 2 positions, what we can say? The body is in oscillatory motion, a vibratory motion. Okay, children? And in the concept of path, children, I want to say one example. Very, very important. See, children, if a body is moving in an order like this, okay, let us let us identify the direction of the motion of the body, the direction, in which direction it is moving. Okay, and then let us give some points here: A, B, C, D, and E. Children, a particle is there. The particle is moving from A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to E. Okay, children, that is a path traced by a particle which is in motion. Okay, children, suppose if you want to say what is the path, if the question is, if the diagram is given, if this diagram is given to you, and the question is what is the path of the particle, what is the path, what you have to do, children? How you can write? You need to write the answer, children. It is moving from first A to B, next B to C, next C to D, and D to E. Okay, children, once see here, this entire thing you can simply write like this: A, B, C, D, E. This is the path, children. Okay, this is the path for the particle in the above case. This is the path traced by the particle which is in motion. Okay, this is the case, children. Suppose you can take another case. Let us consider a body is moving like this, children. Some particle or a body or an object which is containing some mass, some object is moving like that. Okay, children. So here let us identify the path, in which direction it is going. Okay, so let us consider the points A, B, and C and D. Okay, children? The final point E. Now, let us give directions, children. It is moving from A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to E, children. In this path, it is moving A to B, A to B, and B to C, C to D, and D to E. So, how you can write this thing, children? What is the path now? How you can write simply this whole thing? What is the path? Path is A, B, C, D, E again. Very, very simple, children. Identifying path is very, very simple. What you need to do, you need to observe how the line is drawn. The line actually represents the path of the particle, and what you should observe, children, if the diagram is given and the question is regarding what is the path followed by the particle, what you have to check, you need to check which points are connected, which consecutive points are connected. Okay, children, suppose here A after B came, that's why I written A, next B, B after C there, that's why I written C, then D, then B. Suppose, see, children, in this case, the body moving in this manner. A, B, C. These are the points, children. Now, let us look at, let us check the direction. In which direction it is moving? It is moving from A to C, children, first. A to C, and then C to D, C to B. Okay, A to C, and then C to B. Here, if the question is what is the path traced by the particle, what you will write, children? What is the path? Here, what is the path? It is moving from A to C. Next, C to B. Children, you should not maintain any alphabetical order, children. Okay, suppose if the question is given to you like this, what you have to do? You need to identify just which means in a consecutive order. You need to check the direction. Consecutive in the sense, children, this is the first position. Okay, in its way, this is the second position. In its way, this is third position. First, second, third. Okay, children, you no need to maintain any alphabetical order. Even the question is given, even the points were identified. If the positions were identified with alphabets, you no need to maintain any alphabetical order. Okay, what you should check? You need to check only consecutive order. Consecutively, after first position, what is second position? Then what is third position? That's it. Those positions you will write in an order, one after another, and it will become what? A path. Okay, children? One more point here. See, children, the starting, while you are writing the path, you will write one alphabet, number, whatever it is. The first position you will mention here. That is called initial position, children. Initial. And the ending, the final one is final position. In the means, while you are drawing the path, children, okay, it will starts with some point, that is initial point we used to say, and it will end with some point, that is final point. Okay, so if you know the path, then you can easily trace what is initial and what is final. Okay, children, so in this case also, if you look at the path, you no need to see the diagram. If you have path available, in order to trace initial and final positions, you need to check the diagram, children. You no need to check the diagram. Just simply by looking at the path, you can say. Okay, so first starting one is nothing but initial, and ending one is nothing but final position, children. Okay, next, again see, children, here A, which is nothing but initial, and this B is nothing but what, children? Final position. Children, remember, very, very important. This concept may be looking very, very simple. How much simple it is, that much important while solving the problems. Okay, children, here the questions may not be regarding the path, but the questions may be sometimes regarding a displacement. While tracing the displacement of the particle, we need to apply this process, children. Okay, I will give you an example. See, children, if the path is given to you, like this, A, B, C, D, again A, B, C, D, and again what, children? A. Okay. So what is the thing, children, here? What you should observe? Starting point is what? A. Initial point A and final point also A. Starting point and final point both are same. Okay, children, the starting point and final point are both are same. So here is possibility, means there is a possibility for forming a circle, children, circle. Okay, if you draw a circle, at which point you draw, again you will end up with the same point, no, children. If you start drawing a circle, let us consider this one point A, this one point B, this one point C, this one point D. Means what, children? At which point it started? From A it started, A to B, again B to C, again C to D, again what, children? D to A. Means at where it started, again there only it is ending. So it forms which path, children? A circular path. Means looking at the path, looking at that information, you can trace even, means exactly we can't say a circle, but we can say that the initial and final points are same. They are meeting each other. From where the particle started, we can say that from where the particle started, again it is reaching to the same point. Understood, children? Again, not only this one, suppose take an example, a person is there and he is flying a ball in air. Okay, he is flying a ball in air. So children, see here once, it will reach to some point and again it will reach to some highest point, children. If you throw a ball, okay, like this, if you throw a ball continuously, it won't go, children. Means it won't cross the boundaries of earth. Again, after reaching to some highest point, it will come and fall in our hand. Okay, so that case I am taking now. So here is a possibility, children, in this case also, from where the from where the journey started for this ball, again it is reaching there only. Okay, in this case, even in this case, the initial and final points are same, that is A. We can take this one B, this one C, this one D. Okay, and we can think like this: the journey is from A to B, B to C, C to D, and again D to A. Understood, children? We can't say exactly it is a circle or a line, but definitely the starting point and ending points are same. From which point the body started, there only it is ending again. How we are able to say, children? By looking at the path. If the diagram is given, you can write path, children. Even if path is given, sometimes there is a possibility to guess the diagram, to guess the line drawn. Okay, children, this concept is very important. I am using this concept in displacement also. I am going to apply this one in even displacement. Okay, children, very, very simple actually. See, children, in this diagram, see here, let us consider here one person is standing over the ground. Here one person standing. Okay, and he is observing the bomb dropped by the plane. Here is a bomb, children. Here is a plane, and what this plane doing, children? It is dropping a bomb. Okay, like a war machine, it is dropping a weapon, a bomb, an explosive, whatever. Okay, once observe, children, the plane going horizontal direction, the plane moving in horizontal direction, and the ball is left. Once observe, children, let us consider the points A, B, C, and D. This path will be in which shape, children? Maybe the plane whichever released that weapon, that explosive material, maybe it is moving in a straight line. Okay, the source, The thing which left that bomb, maybe it is moving in a straight line, but how that bomb is moving, children? What is the shape of the path? Okay, see children, for this person who is standing over the earth surface, for this person how it will appear? This is first position, this is second position, this is third position. He will look at the bomb like this, children. He will see like this, in this shape he will see. What is this shape called, children? This shape is called parabola. Okay, this shape is called parabola. Okay, children. So, a person who is standing over the earth surface and who is observing that weapon, for that person, how that weapon will appear, children? The path of that weapon will be a parabola, a parabolic shape. Okay. For the person who is observing from the ground, the shape of the bomb is what, children? Parabola. Means for that person, the bomb will appear like that. Okay, like it is moving like this. This shape is called what, children? Parabola. Okay, where you can find this one is when you are playing. Okay, when you are playing a game like with ball, if you throw a ball, how it will go, children? Whenever you are throwing a ball, how it will go? It will go in this shape. This shape will come, children. You can trace that shape. Okay, that shape is called parabolic shape. That is called parabola. Okay, children. So in this case, when this person is observing, for this person how it is appearing, children? For this person, this is first position. Okay, first position is here. And here second position. And here third position. And down somewhere fourth position. Okay, children, if you join all those points, how they will connect? They will connect with a curve. Okay, children, they will connect with a curve. That curve is nothing but parabola. Okay, children, that one I represented here. Now, this is for the person who is standing on the ground. Now, another person there, children. That aeroplane not flying on its own. One person there inside, he is none other than the pilot. And for the pilot, how that weapon will appear, children? Now, on the plane, one fellow is there, pilot, and that pilot driving that vehicle, and the pilot only left that object. He only dropped that weapon, that bomb. For that pilot, how that bomb will appear, children? Like a parabolic shape or straight line? Once think. For the pilot, how it will appear? Okay, see, children, here. See, children, this one is very interesting. For the pilot in the first position, this is the point appearing down, children. Like the bomb going down in the first position. Okay, in the second position, children, how it will appear? In the second position also, pilot here no. For the second position also, for the pilot it will appear down only, children, here. At third position also, how it will appear, children? Moving down. Third position. Now at fourth position, how it will appear? Moving down only. Understood, children? Here the case is, in the first case, the person is standing, he is not moving, only the bomb is moving like that. That's why it will appear like it is going within a pattern parabola. For the pilot, children, in each and every position, at each and every step, pilot also there along with the bomb. Okay. Now if you join all those things, how it will come, children? See, here also it is down. First position. Then second position also down. Third position also down. Fourth position also down. Understood, children? For the pilot always, he is above the bomb. The pilot always, what, children? He is above the bomb. Above that bomb is down, exactly down, vertically down. Okay, and each and every point. At each and every point, that bomb is below that pilot, that aeroplane. Okay, so for the pilot always it will appear it is going vertically down. Understood, children? For the pilot, how it will appear? The bomb, how the pilot, for the pilot, how that bomb will appear? As it is moving vertically down. Okay, children? He is some random a person, a man standing, and inside here, pilot will be there. Okay, children? Here, what we understood? For the person, for the man who is standing over here. Two things, children, for the man and for the pilot. For the man, how the path will be appearing, children? How the path is appearing over here? Parabola. Okay, for the man who is standing on the ground, for that person, how that bomb going in a parabolic shape. And for the pilot, how it is appearing, children? For the pilot, it is appearing vertically down. This one is very important point, children. Very important case. Okay. Usually, sometimes we may confuse. For both means what we think. Since for the man, it is appearing as parabolic shape. So in the similar way, we may think for the pilot also that bomb will appear. It is going as it is going in parabolic shape. But what is actual path, children? It is going for the pilot. How it will appear? As it is going vertically down. What is the reason? Since in all the cases the pilot is above the bomb. See, children, when the ball is in its first position, the pilot is above the bomb. When the bomb is in second position also, the pilot is above that bomb. In third position also. So each and every case, how it will appear, children? As the bomb going vertically down. Okay, children? This one a very important concept. Okay, from here what we understood? What is the final point we understood, children? Okay, the conclusion is maybe the bomb going on its own way. Okay, the bomb how it is going, that is different case. The bomb position is not changing. In whichever the way that pilot left the bomb, in that way on its own way it is moving. Okay, but for one person, how it is appearing, children? For one person, it is appearing as the same bomb, same object, that is nothing but a bomb, for the man and for the pilot. For man and for pilot. For the man, what is the path, children? For the man, how that path is appearing? For the man who is standing on the ground, how that bomb appeared? As it is moving in parabolic shape. Parabola. For the pilot, how that bomb appeared, children? As it is moving in vertically straight line. Okay, vertically down along a straight line. Vertically down. See, children, same object, for one person it is parabola, for other person it is vertically down. Means nothing but, see, children, what is the shape over here? What is this shape called? If you observe, what is this shape? A straight line. Okay, it is a straight line. Straight line for whom, children? Straight line for pilot. For the pilot, the bomb appeared vertically going down. The shape is what? A straight line. Okay, the shape is straight line, children. Understood, no, children? So that is the reason we use it to say the path is relative. That is not absolute. If you see a path, suppose a body moving in front of you, you will identify some path for that body, whether it is a straight line, a circle, a curved path, a random path, whatever. Maybe for you it is appearing like that, but for some other person it may be appearing as straight line. Understood, na children? We can't decide exactly the path of a particle, a moving particle. The shape of moving particle, the shape of the path always depends upon what, children? The positions as well as the person who is watching that. Even the arrangement of positions change, the path changes. Even the view changes also, the path will change. See children, the view changed here. Here one point of view is what? With the man. When the man is watching, it appeared parabola. Same object, object not changing. Same object in its motion, in its own way. For one person, it appeared parabola. For other person, that pilot, how it appeared? Straight line. So, that is the reason path is relative. That is the reason what we say, children. Path is relative, not absolute. When we should say absolute means, for every person in this universe, it should appear in single, means in same path, same shape. Okay? For every person on earth, from every point of view, if you consider an object in motion, if you trace its path in this universe, for everyone, whatever may the point of view you can take, you can consider how the path should appear, children. Same. That case is impossible. Always it changes from person to person, from position to position, from point of view, from one view to other view, from one reference frame to other reference frame, from point to point, children. Definitely there will be change in the path. Path is not absolute. Path is what, children? Relative. Very, very important point, children. Path is relative. Path is relative, not absolute. Absolute means fixed value, children. Not at all possible. Okay? Path is relative, not absolute. Okay, children? I hope you understood, means you got complete idea regarding what is a path. Next one, children, distance. Our next topic is what, children? Distance. What is distance? Distance is a numerical measurement of how far apart objects or points are. Means, children, here 2 points are there. Okay. Up to means they were separated apart. They both were separated. Within how much length? The both were separated. The 2 points. Here you can see, children, in the diagram you can see. In the diagram, here one point, here another point are there, another point is there. These two were separated. They were separated apart. They were separated apart. Okay? Children, within how much length they were separated? Within how much length the both points were separated? That length is nothing but what, children? Distance. Okay? So here to here some numerical value will be length. Some numerical value will be there. Okay? That numerical value is nothing but distance. Okay, children? Usually you can see in Google Maps, you can point out any you can zoom the maps and you can make any two fixed points, and between those 2 points how much length is there, you can easily you will get that reading. Okay, so here in the maps between 2 points we have got this value 187 kilometer. What is that value, children? 187 kilometer. This is nothing but what, children? Numerical value. What is this? numerical value. This numerical value shows what, children? What it shows? That numerical value shows how much, within how much length the 2 points were separated. Okay, that is nothing but what, children? That numerical value is nothing but what? The distance. Always remember, children, numerical value, distance means we will measure in terms of only numerical value. We won't consider any direction. We won't bother about direction. Okay, always we will focus on numerical value. Distance itself, it's a numerical value. Sometimes while you are going to any new place, okay, when you are about to visit any new place, what you will check, check, children, before you are planning, what you will estimate, what is the distance from where you are starting, from which point you are starting, from that point to the final point. Okay, from the point where you are about to start and the point where you want to reach, between those 2 points, how much distance is there, that one you will check first. Okay, suppose if you want to go for some x place, some x place is there. Okay, for that place you want to go, you planned a tour. Okay, let us take Bangalore. Okay, Bangalore, and you want to visit some forest in that, you want to go for some certain place in that specific place. If you want to go, first what you will check, children? First you will check distance, and you will check the time requirement also. First you will check the distance. After checking the distance, what you will do? If you go by a car, how much time it will take? If you go by a bus, how much time it will take? If you go by a train, how much time? If you go by flight, how much time it will take? Okay, children, means first you will check distance, then you will estimate your time by the mode of traveling, whichever the vehicle you want, and then you will do the remaining plannings. First thing is what, children? Wherever you want to go, first thing is you need to check distance, within how much distance the place is there, that required point is there. Understood, children? Very, very important. Distance. Usually in regular usage we will say, suppose if you are about to meet your relatives, you may they may ask you within how much distance your school is located. Okay, you will reply simply like 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, 1 kilometer, like that. Understood now, children? In regular day-to-day life we will use. Okay, but technically what is distance, children? Scientifically, distance means it is a numerical value which defines the separation between 2 points. Numerical value, it gives us the idea within how much apart 2 points were separated. Understood now, children? And it will be always it contains always a numerical value followed with a unit. That's it. It won't contain any direction. Okay, children?